You have found the Thursday night football preview for the National Football League in week number 5. The Chicago Bears at the Washington Commanders. Steven Andrus filling in this week for Matt Brown in this TNF betting preview. In this video, we'll take you through the spread, money line, and total for Thursday night football on Prime Video. We'll also look at some of the props, including anytime touchdowns, and I'll share with you any bets I might have made and also a couple of others that our staff is looking at, not just on props, but also potentially some legs of same-game parlays if you're into that sort of thing as well for Thursday night football. As always, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, let us know in the comments what you are betting on Thursday night football. And as always, we have great promo codes available for you as well from our partners. Right now, BetMGM has first bet insurance. If you do not have a BetMGM account yet, just use the promo code THELINES, THELINES, and that first bet insurance is on your first wager up to $1,500. If it loses, you will get that amount back in bonus bets. All right, let's go look at the spread, money line, and total for Thursday night football. Here is the homepage of thelines.com. You can always find it under the NFL tab and the Thursday night preview. For this one, we've seen a bit of line movement throughout the week leading up to Thursday night. I'm recording this now Wednesday evening, so just to kind of give you a timestamp here in case you see different numbers when you open up your sportsbook app. But right now we're looking at anywhere between 5.5 and 6 on the spread for this one. There was some early week interest in the Commanders that got this all the way up to about -7 actually on Monday, before some sharp money buyback came back in on the Chicago Bears. So that's kind of been the story of the spread and the line movement this week. If you hit the money line tab, we'll see that if you do want to bet on the Bears to win this game outright, you can get better than 2-1 at a couple of spots. And if you just want to bet the Commanders to win, it's going to cost you a lot of juice. $245 for a $100 profit is the best price available. The over-under for this one, looking at a total of 44.5 across the board for Bears at Commanders. All right, so I'll share with you guys the one bet I have made on this game. If you go to the top right corner of thelines.com, you see the Discord button here. It'll take you over. It's free to join. And earlier this week, I did make a bet on the spread of this game. I did bet the Chicago Bears +7 and plugged my nose and tried not to puke while making it. But for those that are not in the Discord yet, if you navigate over to the right side here, you can see staff football bets, and it has all of the bets that we make any given week here from our staff, so you can follow along and see how we're thinking about things, what we're betting. And here's the bet I made back on October the 2nd of Bears +7 -115. If you have the Discord app, you also have the ability to get push notifications to your phone by going to the Rolls server. And if you click on these emojis, you'll opt in to get those push notifications whenever anybody from our staff tags either one of the sports or they will tag themselves, and you'll get a push notification when they have made that bet. NFL lines move quickly in the early parts of the week, so often we will make those bets well before kickoff. And if you're opted in here under the Rolls server, you will get push notifications straight to your phone when we make those bets. Okay, so let's kind of look at some props here. Prop Finder tool is a great option for everybody. It's one thing that you can do is just search a player's name and check out how the props are looking for that game. For Sam Howell, for example, you type in his name, you can shop his odds for passing yards, passing touchdowns, passing attempts, basically any prop market that exists, and you can see which books are available in your state. I live in Kentucky, so it's showing me Kentucky. By the way, if anybody else is watching from Kentucky, we made it. We have online sports betting finally. We have the best promos under the Kentucky sports betting tab. But for everybody, including the great Bluegrass State at this point, yeah, you just one-stop shop to make sure you're getting the best odds available so you don't have to go flipping between all of your sportsbook apps. So let's go to our post for props for Thursday night football here. And we have a great table here to put everything in one spot for you as well. Go by passing yards, passing touchdowns, etc. I want to go to the touchdown scored market here. And you can see that Brian Robinson is the favorite in this market, around even money to score a touchdown in this game. Makes sense. Washington is more than a field goal favorite. They will have more of a scoring opportunity in this one on their home field. And as we know, the Bears defense is extremely banged up and not playing well whatsoever. If you look at the statistics, the Bears are 31st in defensive DVOA. If you go by EPA and success rate, some of the more predictive advanced statistics, they are near the bottom in those categories as well. The one silver lining for this defense is that they do rank 15th in rush D success rate, but against the pass, number 31 by EPA and number 28 by success rate. And on the flip side here, the Washington offense has not been great passing the ball, 24th by success rate in EPA, but running the ball, they do have the number 10 offense on the ground by EPA and the number 7 offense by success rate. So all that adds up to their running back being atop of the board of anytime touchdown market. So that makes sense to me for sure. I do have a season-long prop on Jahan Dotson over 4.5 touchdowns, and the first month of the season has been promising for him. He is out targeting Terry McLaurin in the red zone through the first month of the season. So to me, his price of plus 210 to score a touchdown is more attractive than McLaurin's plus 175. And then on the Chicago side of things, yeah, it's you got to see like where the matchup is here with the Washington defense, because the Chicago offense is already difficult to trust at this point. But if we're looking at the matchup here, it is the pass defense for Washington that ranks 24th by EPA, whereas the rush defense is closer to around league average. So, DJ Moore, but I think Cole Kmet is an interesting matchup here as well. He was heavily targeted last week against Denver, perhaps a sign that they want to get him more involved. Justin Fields is looking for him in the red zone, so plus 320 is the best available price here for that market. If we scroll down here further into Jeffrey's same-game parlay promos and player props for Thursday Night Football, he has a couple others that he's targeting. I'm not betting any other props this week for Thursday Night Football. I'm just going to stick with my Washington +7, but Jeffrey is looking at some potential legs here to bet individually and perhaps combine into a same-game parlay. He's looking at Brian Robinson over his rushing yards in addition to that anytime touchdown, sitting at 63.5 as we record right now, based on that matchup we talked about. And I mentioned Cole Kmet, but he does like DJ Moore. He's looking at over 48.5 receiving yards and over 3.5 receptions. Best prices as we record right now at FanDuel and Bet365 on those two respective markets. I do want to go over to our anytime touchdowns column as well for Thursday Night Football. We always have one of those for TNF. And this one by Brett Gibbons, who's pinpointing two particular markets and also has the first touchdown table here. I know that's a popular market as well these days. If you want to take a shot at who's going to score the first touchdown in the game. And we mentioned Jahan Dotson earlier, around 2-1 to score a touchdown at any point in the game. He's 11-1 if you want to go fire at the first touchdown. Brian Robinson's 5-1. And then if you think the Bears are going to score that first touchdown, Cole Kmet 20-1 is where I would look. But for Brett Gibbons, the anytime touchdowns he's looking at, there it is, Jahan Dotson. He agrees with me. This is a nice little note right here that we talked about. Dotson is just one target off the team lead overall, but out-targets his teammate Terry McLaurin 4-0 in the red zone so far through the first month of the season. Dobson absorbed 67% of the team's red zone targets, fourth most in the NFL behind only Drake London, Garrett Wilson, and A.J. Brown. So it's very clear that Sam Howell, in his first month as starter coming into this season, is looking for Dotson in the end zone and perhaps some positive regression coming Dotson's way. And the fact that he only has one touchdown now through the first 4 weeks of the season. I like this kind of long shot here. Gibbons kind of, going for that classic terrible Thursday night football game between two bad teams. It's a long shot. It's very unlikely to happen. Both of the Washington defense is really good, but the Chicago defense is really bad. So I expect Washington to find the end zone at some point in this game. But when you have two volatile quarterbacks, never out of the range of possibility that we just get a really ugly Thursday night game with two teams on short rest. And he found 70-1 on that number there. All right, that's going to wrap things up here for our Thursday night football preview between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. Be sure to check back here later in the week for the NFL Megapod with myself, Matt Brown, and Adam Candy going through each of the games on Sunday in week number 5. Eli Hershkovich and also Mo Nawara will be back with Beat the Closing Number on Thursday, sharing their bets for week number 5. And don't forget our college football podcast as well with Brett Gibbons and Kelly Ford, another awesome slate of college football going on here, and they are breaking down all those games, Brett's bets, Kelly's numbers, to give you the best opportunity to try and make some good decisions and some smart bets here this week. Thanks so much for watching. Let's try that one again. Thanks so much for watching, and best of luck with all your bets on Thursday Night Football.